Hi guys, I've got a video for you today. I was looking through some of my initial posts. I've, obviously kind of been testing the waters with starting a YouTube channel and things like that. And I was noticing that the one I got the most popularity on thus far was my video geared towards an eye shape or an eye look for every eye shape. And so I thought I'd come to you with a really easy method. It's called the taco method or actually no, it's called the sandwich method. The taco method's different. And it's a really easy look anybody can pull off, and you can kind of change the versatility of things to the shape of your eye. I really can't stress enough the importance of finding your eye shape and if you see looks you like on Pinterest, or if you see tutorials on YouTube, things like that, not necessarily trying to replicate that, especially if you have a different or unique set of eyes, but pulling through some of those techniques, those colors, those methods, things like that, to bring you a look that's going to be the most flattering for your eyes. I have a pretty, today my eyes look really hooded because I'm really puffy-eyed for some reason. But I have a pretty average eye shape, and they're pretty deep set. I mean, I'm assuming that this might be some aging, or my eyes are usually not like that, so, puffiness or whatever. But for the most part, I have a pretty average set of eyes that are really somewhat deep set, and almost a little bit downturned and almondy, but for the most part, pretty average, just very deep set. So I have to be careful about a lot of things. Like, I'm really not able to take a really dark color into my crease. For this technique, I'm going to use my Naked Basics palette. It's a really good palette if you're looking to start out, if you have mature eyes, things like that, because they're all these beautiful, lovely matte shades, except the top highlight. And I'm not crazy if I do highlight with a shimmer on my eye, which I can do here actually, just to kind of show you what my point is. I certainly have highlighted with a shimmery shade. I think it has its time and place. But the more I'm learning, the more I really feel strongly that your highlight shade, you can play around with it and get different with it, but for the most part, it should really be the same color as your skin tone, or or a matte shade, kind of basically to look skin-like, so it doesn't, whatever. If you have hooded eyes, certainly you don't want to put a shimmery shade on that, because especially matured hood, like if you start out with average eyes and you have droopiness with maturing, with aging, the last thing you want to do is put a shimmery shade on that to draw, because that's just going to draw attention to that. If you think about contouring and concepts like that, the darker you go, the more recessed and the more shadows you're going to create. Same with eyeshadow. Contouring, they're all relative. They're all designed to make your eyes appear certain ways, give illusions of certain things. If you don't have cheekbones, contouring is a great method to look like you have some prominent ones. And the same thing with shadow. If you put a lighter color on, your eyes are going to come more forward and, whatever. And if you add the shimmery factor, it's going to have more of a three-dimensional effect and pull even more. And same with the darkness. I really can't go too dark and an all over, full-on crease. Or my eyes just really look like they're, I almost look kind of dead, like my eyes are way back and, 3 inches recessed into my head. So let's get started here. I really wanted to make a goal of making a pretty quick video today. And so what I'm going to do, it's a really easy method. So the sandwich method is taking 2 shades. I mean, you could use anything. I actually had a quad I really liked that I can't find from Maybelline out of anybody. And so you can take, you can take a duo. The key is going to be to have a couple shades with contrast. Like I would not do this with Foxy and WOS. There's periods. So, I mean, there's just not enough contrast there. So you're going to want to go with these two. Or you're going to want to, draw maybe from these 2 shades to, the darker end of the spectrum. which is really nice because it makes it a really versatile palette. So first I'm going to get started. I love this color, Foxy, one of my favorite colors that I own. And I'm going to take this with my Wayne Goss 4 brush and just pack it on. This is seriously super, super easy, and I really want to keep this short because I love watching. YouTube's like TV for me. I love learning, I love watching and things of that nature, but you know, I want to keep it short. So, you know, especially if you're busy and things like that, you can just, all right, here's a quick thing, let's do it, you know, whatever. And this really is easy and realistic in that regard. And so just packing, and I'm also blending a little bit at the same time so I don't wind up with some caking. And I've already primed and corrected my lids. I corrected them with my highlighter from my highlight from my Brow Envy kit, and then I primed with just the traditional Urban Decay primer potion. But yeah, you know, packing, sweeping, this is a really forgiving shade, so it's really easy to do. And then I'm actually going to take a smaller brush with a little more control around my brow. And the nice thing about layering, we're going to be layering these shades. The nice thing about it is that the more you build, having a primer, having the corrector on there, it's going to give the shadow something to really adhere to. So this is going to last all day. I did this look a while ago, like a while ago around Christmas. And I'm just going to go all over my lids, but I just want a smaller brush around my eyebrow so I have a little more precision. These are really, you know, these are the best brushes I've ever used. I've gone in and tried, I've gone and tried other brushes and whatever, Real Hair high-end brushes, MAC brushes. I really don't think that you can get better than these brushes. And, you know, I bought the collection set, which has a fantastic, foundation. I love every piece of it. I'm going to take Faint, and I'm going to run that in my, I'm going to use my Wayne Goss number 6 brush because it's a little bit more middle of the range, and it's got, it's a little more flat. So it's a little easy. Flatter brushes are really easy for precision, and it's a little more dense. And with a crease, you definitely want precision. You don't want, and the best trick ever with creases, and we're going to be running this all along, is to kind of go into your socket and lightly go back and forth. And then I'm going to go back with my number 3 brush from Wayne Goss and just blend a little bit. I'm going to take my Beauty Blender, which has a little bit of makeup remover on it. Just got it out just for this purpose in case I did this, because I tend to go outside of my, I mean, with all of your shadow, this is your boundary. You don't want to go outside of that unless you're, you know, doing an Amy Winehouse kind of thing. But you can see a little bit. And I think I'm actually going to take my number 5 brush and go back with a little more of the Foxy shade. It's so easy. I mean, like, it's almost completely foolproof. Bring it up for a seamless blend. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil, which is fantastic in Rockstar. I really love plummy shades on my eyes. And then I'm going to go over with my Sonia Kashuk pencil brush just to work it into my lash line a little bit better. It's a really melty, glidey, awesome pencil. And I really want to start branching out and networking and start applying makeup on people and building a clientele just because I love doing it so much. Then I'm going to take the same Foxy shade. This is a really quick, easy thing for making your eyes pop out a little bit bigger. You can kind of see from... I take a sponge applicator just because I've had a few nude white pencils, but I just haven't. If anybody has any recommendations, they've just dried up on me so quickly that I found them pretty useless. I don't like pure white under my eye. You can see the difference. It really opens the eye up quite a bit. And then just go like, oh. And with the powder, I do this with my waterline if I want to go dark in my waterline quite a bit as well. And then, like I said I would do, I'm going to take my number 5 brush with the Venus shade. I'll show you how to get a shimmery brow highlight without looking like it's 1985. Go right along the brow. That's it, just on the tail. And actually, I'm going to take this, go right above the brow. You could do this with the highlight, but this is this could easily double as a highlight. I've got a shade in my semi-sweet palette called Butter Pecan that I use as a highlight on my face all the time. I'm going to take my bigger number 3 brush. It's a really like sexy, romantic, smoky look without looking fake. I'm going to use the MAC Zoom Lash. I don't even remember where I got this. Oh, I think I got this on a Nordstrom order as a sample. But I love this formula. Yeah, and certainly curling my lashes would really make this look a lot better. Not even, I don't think this looks bad, but it would make your eyes look a lot fuller. If you have like almond, really tiny eyes or hooded eyes, curling your lashes is your friend. And the number one problem with mascara is that people don't put enough on. Double what you normally put on or whatever. To me that would be one coat. So I'm going to go back. Alright guys, that completes the look. Really simple. We use 3 shades of eyeshadow. Urban Decay. I'll put links to the products in the description bar. On my face, just in case anybody cared, I use the buffing technique with my Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation. I put all my product. I put a red blush. I put my cream contour and did all my concealing, and then oh, that is good. And then I used a buffing brush and buffed it all in, and then went back over with the highlight, and then I also went back over with a peachy shade of blush. I used like 5 different colors on my lips, like some darker ones in the corner and like a light nudie pink, and I lined them with my favorite, it's the Too Faced, I don't know what the name of it is, but I can link it, the Too Faced liner in Perfect Nude, I believe. It's such a like natural flesh lip tone that it doesn't really look unnatural. And then I use my favorite gloss of all time, my Aveda Rehydrating Lip Glaze. and nourishment. Oh, Himalayan snow, and it's got some glitter to it, but it's not like a. It's just got a wet look, and it doesn't. This is dry right now, and it still has a wet look, and it's not sticky. And I used my Double Wear concealer, Anastasia brow pencil, Mirror Luminizer. Kept it simple, but this, yeah, you can't go wrong with this. This is a really foolproof method that you can cater to your eye shape. You could take, you know, several different colors. You know, there's it's a limitless option of what colors you could use here, and they really make your lids pop and make your lids look bigger. So they're really good for anybody. Kids are going wild in the background, so I'm going to get to it. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was short enough, and I hope it was informative enough. If you kindly would subscribe or like or whatever, or even more than that, give me some feedback on what you like, what you'd like to see, whatever works. I don't know. I hope you guys have a great Thursday. I'm uploading a video right now, and I'll put this one up later. And I'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye, guys.